Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into your daily read. We're about to talk about Wednesday or thereabout. We have two overall energies. I was going for one, but we have the Five of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. This definitely representing this day because it's meant to be at least less stressful than recently or in general for you. But there's a grounded way about how you're focused, about how you're accomplishing, and about how you're proceeding through this day in general that feels stress-free, or at least again for the most part. And I get that at times certain factors outside of you do affect your way of being and how stressful things feel. But this day again is meant to feel, at least for the most part, grounded, focused, accomplishing, and lacking that stress once again. But let's pull a couple of these, I forget what they're called, so let's just call them dragon cards. One or two for this Wednesday. I just heard your your stress-free approach is it. Okay, it's it. But we have planning coming out. Now is the time to lay down the foundations for your future. They just added the word bright to the future part. So foundations for your bright future. It also talks about financial gains are more than likely, my friend. As I do get a bit twitchy, they're saying it's a planning time. It's a time to strategically tap into that emperor state of being, but to remain within this energy through it all. All right. But I want to pull one more. Okay. Also flopping out opportunities. A stranger is about to change your life. Ooh, exciting times and plenty of action, plus a special family reunion looks likely. Some of which might be thinking about reuniting with certain people or one person in particular for the future, but opportunities to improve your life. And for some of which connected to a stranger, but either way, life-changing, okay? But communication underneath it all is going to be a huge part of your day and may just leave you with more success by the end of it, and even throughout it for some. But let's pull more tarot. They want one for each quarter of the day. I haven't done this in a while. The Four of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. Interesting because this one came out as the overall energy in one of the last attempts. But let's further clarify each one. As we go, the Four of Cups, pairing with the Four of Wands, or further speaking upon it, giving you the master number 44, the angel number meaning, if you will. But I sense that this is a beginning to the day, a first quarter, if you will, where things are falling into place and it highlights who and what's not meant for you from the recent past. Maybe even for some in regards to your current day situation or two. But I do feel like there's also a focus on how you could be doing better or are doing better with moderation, where you were overdoing it in one, if not multiple areas of your life. And I sense that your connection to the moon, to the night sky will take a highlight. You know, when you wake up, I've said this before in my readings, and it's not quite full daylight yet and the moon's still visible for your enjoyment. That's what it feels like in the beginning parts of the day. But either way, I feel like this first quarter does show you evidence that things are falling into place. And for whatever reason, there's a transition to more comfort taking place at this point in the day, but will more so moving forward. And there's a focus on that. They're again drawing me to the planning card. But we're moving on to the Eight of Pentacles, which we're further clarifying with the Emperor. There we go. We did mention that energy, and I feel like it's a time for you to put in the work, be focused once again, and plan for what lies ahead. And I feel like Spirit's even preparing you to align yourself and accept the alignment with you, an opportunity or two for the future. All right, I hope that made sense. But it feels like, at least for the most part, the day will feel kind of serious, tying with or stemming from that focused way of being throughout the day. But I feel as if there's a focus on your facial expressions, your face in general. Could be your good looks for some, but I feel like either way you're thinking about your physical figure, appearance, the way you're feeling, and how to improve at least some of what I just mentioned, if not all of which. But there's a sense of power when you're putting effort and resources towards something of importance at this point in the day. Again, the second quarter or around the point where you're making your way to wrap up the first half. Again, they're saying empowerment coming to be, and this is truly important for your soul growth and for the quality of whatever you're creating, developing, accomplishing in that moment or throughout the day in general. But it feels like in general, your connection to, okay, finances, to, I want to say even nature being completely separate will come into play at this point as well. Anyways, let's move on to the Five of Pentacles, the one heavy energy on the board that I pulled originally for the 4 quarters, but it's paired with the Ten of Pentacles. I love that. So it's naturally the 3rd quarter or about there where there's a sense of lack or I don't want to say misplacement in this case, because sometimes that can come out with the Five of Pentacles. It feels like lack. And Spirit is saying with the Ten of Pentacles being what speaks upon this further, you're seeing evidence or being reminded, or both, of the fact that this is what lies ahead for you. I just heard a feast of rewards, but being aligned with the Four of Wands and the Four of Cups, just because at times we do experience lack, needs, and wants, doesn't mean we rewind back or reconsider or welcome back in or step back into what isn't meant for us. We proceed forward and trust the fact that we have been making the right choices. We made the right choice for some, and it was an intuitive push in the right direction. But I do feel like either way, things are falling into place once again, and it's this period of time, again, the 3rd quarter about there, where that lack is being informed or reminded to you as very, very temporary, even if it's been going on for a while or it's been coming and going. They're saying the planning and the opportunities that we were speaking upon are definitely going to assist with that. But moving on to the 4th and final quarter, again, we have the Queen of Cups with the Ten of Cups. They're saying, so cups on cups, but I really feel as if you need to look up the angel number meaning of 1010. 1010, my friend, definitely speaks upon abundance, if I remember correctly. But there's an emotionally fulfilling ending to the day, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is maybe the most emotionally heavy part of the day. And I want to say for the most part, it's due to somebody else in your midst. It could be somebody that you're connected to energetically at a distance. For some select few drawn to the reading, somebody's thinking about you and they're going through some emotional heaviness at the time, but or just in general. But the last quarter of the day does talk about your magical way of being and the emotional fulfillment that you're receiving and or that you maybe are reflecting upon throughout this day in general, even though the emotions are floating around. But I do sense that there's a huge focus in the remainder of the day on the fact that you're able to fill your own cup, therefore feel more motivated, more successful, more fulfilled once again. And it's leaving you getting closer rather, to whatever you would consider a Ten of Cups. It could be closer to ideal success for your career, more money. It could be a specific level of commitment for a situation. It could be new love. But for whatever reason, Spirit's saying this is what you've been thinking about the most. This is what you've been potentially focusing on the most. And so naturally, that's what Spirit's saying is going to come to be next. And then we can continue to manifest and co-create moving forward. Let's pull a couple more. And they want another dragon card, but let's pull that before we speak upon the 2 cards I just pulled. Flopping out. Achievement. Enjoy the limelight, as I can't even read. You've earned it all. Although on the family front, someone's health could cause some concern. I didn't mean to say that. Some secret worries and sleepless nights. Now, I don't feel like that's pertaining to everybody, the description, but I do feel like either way, this day highlights achievements from the past, currently, definitely throughout this day in general, and what there is to look forward to achievement-wise for your bright future. But to wrap up this reading, the World card and the King of Swords, definitely speaking upon the day, again, being a bit overly serious, if I could say it, but focused and accomplishing all the meanwhile. And it's a day where you are tapping into that knowledge, that wisdom, that experience, and utilizing it to your advantage. And I feel like something for a lot drawn to the reading is doing quite well, or at least better than it once was, due to you being within this energy. And naturally, once again, having this approach, process, and being within this energy or these energies. But it's a day where your world is changing and you see evidence of that. But you're going to feel by the end of this day a little bit more in control of the way your world is meant to develop moving forward and how it's changing and proceeding currently. They're saying, to wrap this up, it's a day where the progress feels good, the achievements feel even better, and the planning and the opportunities are definitely, excuse me, are definitely an important strategic part of this day and a strategic important part of your plan. All right. So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you all the love and light. Go enjoy your day, and I'll definitely see you next time.